All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second webinar of our series. And I want to welcome today our guest here at the Besha offices, Lady Janine from JBC Roofing. Thank you so much for participating, Janine, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right. What we're going to be speaking about today, it's going to be about general maintenance and specific. We're going to start off with roof maintenance, and the reason being is that we are getting into winter time, and normally winter time is normally your best time to do your roof maintenance. And I think from the last webinar we had, there was quite a few questions regarding the roof maintenance. And hence that's why we decided to do a whole topic on roof maintenance. So I'm just gonna start by sharing the slideshow, and then we can get going. All right, all these questions are questions that's been that came through from the panel. That we sent through a invitation, and on the invitation we ask you to actually tell us, your questions that you might have on roofing. So we're going to be starting. If I can just go through. Janine, let's start off with the main question, or the main thing about roofing, and why should you repair a roof?
Well, you need to maintain a roof because if you don't, it affects the integrity of your whole structure. The water can come through, it damages your ceilings, it damages the inside. Obviously, it also then has an effect on your insurance, because instead of just claiming for your roof and your ceilings, you're going to be claiming for maybe your TV blue because it was leaking down.
All right. So obviously there's some standards on roofing that you need to comply with, and I think also for the people we're going to be chatting about the maintenance plan just now. As part of your maintenance plan, your roof plays a huge role within that. So there's a certain standard of qualification or quality that your roof must comply to. Am I right in saying that?
That's correct, yes. The South African standards are very clear in saying that a competent person needs to undertake the waterproofing and roof repairs on your roof. Now, how do you classify a competent person? It's by virtue of knowledge, qualification, and experience. Okay, up until recently, there hasn't been a qualification. There is now a qualification. So the roofers out there can obtain their qualification. And at the end of the presentation, we'll give them the contact details. Go for that.
When is the right time?
You never know.
So your roof should be inspected on a regular basis, and you don't even have to climb on top of your roof to have a look at it. You can walk around the bottom, around the structure. Please, if you don't know how to climb a ladder or how to do it safely, and you don't know how to walk on your roof, please don't try and do it yourself. It is not safe. So you can walk around from ground floor level, have a look up at your roof, see what you can see. Look, yes, we're not all roofers, we're not all qualified in this aspect, but we can see if something is wrong on our roof. We can see if a tile is moved, we can see if it looks like a tile is broken, we can even see if our ridging is cracked. If you see something out of place, please phone a professional roofer to come along and come and do an inspection and to give you a quotation to repair.
Awesome. Yeah, this is always a question, and normally we get someone just to get onto the roof and go and have a look and see if there's something wrong, and we normally go down to the local hardware and probably get some waterproofing to assist. Why do we need a qualified professional company to assist?
You know what, when you're using a professional company, you know that they have certain things in place. They have public liability insurance, they have workman's compensation, they're VAT registered, they have all their compliances in place. So you know that when that company comes out and they come and do the work at your property, they are going to honor their guarantees. If you're going to use a company, and a lot of times it happens that people know a friend or a uncle, a cousin, a brother, whatever the case may be, he can do the roof at half the price of a proper roofing company. But unfortunately, what happens then is that person does not honor their guarantees. And they're also using sometimes substandard materials. Now, there are certain materials that are manufactured for the South African climate, and then there are imports that are not manufactured for our climate. And this also has a very large impact on the roof work that gets done.
Okay. Very important question. Can I claim from my roof insurer on the insurance if my roof is not repaired or maintained? Can it be? Is there a problem with that with the insurer that they can maybe repudiate a claim?
It's a big problem with the insurance if you're gonna if a lot of times people don't know what it looks like on their roof because people seem to forget that they have a roof that needs to be checked, and then all of a sudden the roof starts leaking. Obviously, when there's heavy rain, it all of a sudden starts leaking. So what would happen is they would obviously then put in an insurance claim. Now, 90% of the time, not always, but 90% of the time, it's due to lack of maintenance on the existing roof structure that the roof is now leaking. If it's due to maintenance, then the insurance will say no, they're not prepared to do the repairs because the roof has not been maintained. If it is, however, storm damage, then yes, the insurance then does pay for it.
All right. This is an important thing because it's also just to just elaborate on this is contractors that's coming on site, and we as insurers from time to time get that contractors that's been on site caused more damage than what they were therefore to repair in the first place. So what questions can they ask for a roofing company if a roofing company comes in? What kind of questions? And I think this is what we need to know.
Well, obviously, before you're going to give them or award them the contract, you want to know, A, are they reputable? Again, that brings us back to is it a registered company? Is there VAT registration in place? Is there workman's compensation? Is there public liability insurance? All of those things. So that's probably the first thing you want to know before you award them that contract. Then once you have awarded them the contract, you want to know who's going to be on your property. So is the staff going to be supervised when they're working there? Or are you just going to drop staff off and just leave? That kind of thing. I also want to know, are they going to clean up after themselves? That dirt and debris and broken tiles and things, are you going to remove it when you finish? Or is it going to become my problem? And then I really want to know, what are you going to use to do my roof? Is it going to be a quality product or is it going to be a substandard product? This is what we need to find out before we even think of accepting a job.
Mm. Yeah, the other day I was in a trustee meeting, and I'm sure that there's some trustees on the call today as well. Is where there was some work that needs to be done, not roofing, and the guy said that he will offer them a 10-year warranty or guarantee, and the business has only been going for 2 years. So how he gets to that 10 years, I don't know.
That's also a problem that we have in the roofing industry, and I'm not going to mention the product because that's just not good practice, but there is a product out there now that they're offering you a 10-year guarantee, but the companies have been around for 2 years, 2.5 years. And my point is, call me in 10 years time when that product's been applied for 10 years to tell me you can give me a guarantee for that period. And that's where a lot of people are also making mistakes.
Correct. I just want to ask, the guys that's on the call today and the ladies, please just mute yourself because I see there is some echo coming through. That if you could maybe just mute yourself. Thank you. Thanks. I don't know if you want to take us through the slide. You're saying this is how a roof should look like?
It should not look like
this. It should not look like this.
Terrible. Okay, so you will see the first picture is on a tiled roof. I don't know if your pointer works.
It's on the left-hand top corner.
Yes. Okay, so here you can see what's happened here is your valleys are blocked. A lot of times your valleys get blocked because of dirt and debris, especially if you're near somewhere that has trees. Trees, the leaves and things fall into the valleys, it blocks them. People just never clean out their valleys. So this is 9 times out of 10, this is a big cause of why your tiled roof is leaking. Okay. Then next to that we have tiled roof, tiles that have been waterproofed closed. A tiled roof should never be waterproof closed. Your main objective is once you've waterproofed and once you've repaired a roof, it should look the same as what it was when it was first built. So you do not want to have patches on your roof that looks like that, where you have sections of tiles that have been waterproof closed. That is bad workmanship, and it's not good practice. Closed valleys, you'll see in the picture almost in the middle, it's a picture of a valley that's been cemented closed. This is a big problem. This, you're definitely going to have roof leaks if you have this happening. It's going to overflow and it's going to damage your property. Okay, then we'll see the last picture, and that's where your valleys have been waterproofed. Okay, and down the bottom over here, block gutters. Obviously, if your gutters are blocked, the water is going to flow from the roof into the gutters. It's going to have nowhere to go. So it's going to go back up onto the roof and underneath your roof tiles, your roof sheets, whatever the case may be, into that section. Okay, cracked ridging. Now, I know you can't see your ridging from the ground, but you'll have a very good idea. You can get a bit of a picture depending on also if it's a single story, a double story, whatever the case may be. If your ridging is cracked and your mortar that you're cementing between the ridge tiles is damaged, you are going to have water leakage coming in through that. Okay, obviously then cracked or broken tiles, also tiles that have moved out of place. So if there was a heavy windstorm and the tiles moved, that's a problem. And then your cracked and broken tiles, also a big problem because the water is going to leak in there.
Okay, great. Just
okay, this is a heat fused, which is your torch-on flat roof. So you can see that your incorrectly waterproofed outlets, if your outlets are not waterproofed correctly, they are going to cause a backlog and the water is going to come out. You're going to have water pooling, you're going to have water leakage. Parapet walls, you'll see the next picture over there. If your parapet walls have not been waterproofed properly, you've got to have your torch-on coming up a section, depending on the size of your parapet wall, is how much extra torch-on you're going to have. So that needs to be done, and it needs to be it needs to have a counter flashing to stop the water from going into the parapet walls. Your overlaps, if you have a look on the last picture on the top row, your overlap is that section that you see is open over there.
Okay.
So it's two different pieces of torch-on because it comes in a roll that have been rolled out, and where it's been burned, the burning has come loose. Okay, so what's going to happen is, although it looks like your roof is okay, the water's going to seep between the two, and the water's going to go in there and cause water underneath them. Okay, and then your incorrect fall. So if your roof does not have the correct fall towards your outlets, you're going to have water pooling. Now, every roof, it's normal to have a certain amount of pooling on a roof. That's normal, but it's the excessive pooling that causes problems. Okay, and there we go.
okay, awesome. Yeah, no, we thank you so much, Janine. That is really helping. I think specifically the people on the call today, and we are recording it as well. So for those of you that see that this can be worth your while for sharing, we will be sending through the recorded webinar as well, so you can share it with whoever you need or needs to know about this. So yeah, let's continue.
Okay, next we're going on to the iron roof. You can see that first picture, it looks like a chessboard. It looks absolutely terrible. Your roof should never look like that. You always want your roof to look beautiful. So this is the incorrect of products. It's the incorrect usage of products, and they haven't finished off the job. Okay, then your parapet walls, again on the top over there, you can see your parapet walls have not been maintained. The water is going to be leaking into the parapet walls. Okay, and then on the bottom, let's go to the bottom row, you'll see the waterproofing on your laps. Now your laps is where two sheets cross over each other, where they join. That's your lap. So there's normally a layer of waterproofing there to stop any water seeping between. What happens over time, and it starts getting damaged. When that happens, it needs to be re-waterproofed. Otherwise, you are definitely going to have roof leaks. Okay, your roof screws are very important. With movement, there is movement all the time. You know, with the earth movement, the roof movement, heating up, cooling down, there is movement of your roof. And sometimes your screws move loose. When that happens, you need to make sure that your screws are replaced. So then you need to replace missing or damaged screws. Okay, and then obviously rusted roof sheets. Rusted roof sheets can be a big problem. And we suggest that if your roof is rusted, that you do not waterproof, that you replace.
Okay. Wow, awesome, awesome advice. Slate roof. This is more towards the northern suburbs. Most of the houses there and the complex still got the slate roofs.
You know, slate is one of the most beautiful roofs.
Oh yes,
it's absolutely beautiful. But yes, it also comes with its challenges. Now with slate, your biggest problem is that your damaged tiles, obviously, and then people actually waterproof over slate. I'd love to. Okay, it's in my eyes because you know you're never ever supposed to waterproof over a slate tile. You are not supposed to. This picture on the bottom left-hand side here, that is a whole roof that has been waterproofed. Your roof should never look like that. Your slate tiles need to be removed and they need to be replaced. And depending whether it's an Alumax or a conventional system, an Alumax system has a insulation underneath. That's why it's called Alumax, and the conventional is without the insulation. So if you have the insulation, if the insulation is damaged, you need to then replace it. If you do it properly, you will have a beautiful roof again.
Sure.
Okay, so you should never waterproof over existing roof tiles. Never.
Mm.
That should never happen. Okay, so Harvey tiles, you can see how terrible that looks. You can see that the covering has actually started coming off and it's leaving very bad patching that has not been maintained at all. And then you'll see the bottom left-hand picture here where somebody walked over their roof. Harvey tiles, if you don't know where to walk on the roof, your roof is going to look like that. It's going to dent in, it's going to bend, it's going to look terrible. You have to know exactly, if you're working with Harvey tiles, you have to know exactly where you can walk on the roof to do your inspection. And then you'll see the last picture on the right-hand side over there is waterproofing. This is a rubberizing that they have put over a Harvey towel. Again, incorrect. You should replace the towels. You should never waterproof over them.
Let me just, there we go.
Okay, so here we've come to, you'll see the picture on the left-hand side is your insulation, it's your plastic. There's various different kinds of plastic. So you get your plastic that's just an insulation. Then you also have an insulation that offers you an R value. So your R value can eliminate or alleviate some of the pressure, the temperature buildup in your property. So you need to make sure that it's not torn and it's not damaged and it's not broken, because if it is, it's going to leak into your house. Okay, then your roof timbers are very important. If your roof timbers are broken, the integrity of the roof is affected. When the integrity of the roof is affected, it's going to leak in. And your roof is also then going to sag. So over and above it then being not waterproofed correctly or not being watertight anymore, that also becomes a danger.
Yeah, can my roof be repaired where the leaks occur?
Yes, like on your tiled roof. Okay, so again, we're going to look at the pitch. So on a pitch roof of 17 degrees and more, it must case the leaks are caused from the ridge tiles. In most cases, the ridge. Okay, so your ridge tiles, the cement, the mortar in between, like I said earlier, that's damaged or that's falling out. Sometimes it cracks and starts coming out. That definitely needs to be replaced. On a tiled roof, again, yes, if there's broken tiles, moved tiles, anything like that, yes, replace them. And also, if you're under tile insulation, that plastic is damaged, yes. So if it's only a section of the roof, 100%, yes, you can just repair that section that needs to be replaced. Okay, your slate roof, same thing again. Like I mentioned earlier, you have a conventional method and you have an Alumax method. Either or, you can replace your tiles, you can replace your Slatex, but although your insulation and your Slatex needs to be done from gable to gable. So you can't just do a section of plastic underneath. So you can't say I've only got a meter that's torn. You would need to replace it from gable to gable, the plastic. Otherwise, it doesn't have quite the same effect. Okay. And then how should my roof look when it's been well maintained and repaired? Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, no, that looks...
There you can see that's a beautiful slate roof. The heat fused, it's beautiful. You can see the fall is running. You can see it's been nicely painted. It's been beautifully heat fused into place. That's how your roof should look. Your iron roof should just as much, and also your tiled roof. I mean, there's perfect ridging. You can see perfect ridging on that roof over there.
Oh, awesome. All right, that's JVC Roofing. Janine from JVC Roofing, thank you so much. There's some contact details. What we are going to do is we're going to share this as well with you, this specific presentation. We'll share it with you via our newsletter as well. So all the people who have the details. And then apparently there's a surprise that you are giving away four roof inspections.
Yes, we are giving away 4 roof inspections. We're going to draw the names, so that will be broadcast later on.
Yes.
And we will let you guys know. So good luck to everybody. I hope it's you.
Yes. Janine, thank you so much for joining us today. And then we're going to be going over to the next section.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us.
All right, we are always looking at some savings, what we want to do, and specifically on water. So I would like you to have a look at this Orchard Saver, which is a water saver. And today we will also be giving away 5 of these water savers. This will also be in our newsletter, will be more information if you are interested in this. And let's have a look at the short video. Right, that was the water saver, and we want to thank Mr. Jaco Strydom, and he's also given up 4 prizes for the attendees of today's seminar. So we will also be drawing that prize, and we'll be giving the information through on more regarding this water saver. Today, I want to thank each and every one of our speakers that was on the call. Janine from JBC, Jaco from the Water Saver. I want to thank him for participating, each and every one of you guys. We will be sending this through to our on the newsletter, and then you will get more information on that as well. I thank you for your time, and until next time, thank you so much.